Attention, those who have received the vaccine Zostavax. The Zostavax vaccine is designed to prevent the shingles virus from developing. However, some who have received the Zostavax vaccine have now been diagnosed with shingles or other serious side effects. Are you one of them? If you've developed shingles after receiving the Zostavax vaccine, you may be eligible for financial compensation. Zostavax could be responsible for other serious injuries, including varicella pneumonia, permanent blindness, brain inflammation, meningitis, muscle weakness, Guillain-Barré syndrome, vasculitis, acute disseminated encephalomyelitis, ADEM, diagnosed heart failure, or even death. Now's the time to call the Rely On Group to be connected with an attorney who has the knowledge and experience to fight for you. If you or a loved one has received the Zostavax vaccine and were diagnosed with shingles or suffered serious injuries, call right now. We can help you get the justice you deserve for your pain and suffering.
My dad died from a rare form of cancer called mesothelioma. Gordon investigated and found out that exposure to asbestos at his job was to blame.
If you or someone you know has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call me right away. Let my Louisiana team of lawyers investigate your case. I'm attorney Gordon McKernan. I'm right here in Baton Rouge.
If you or someone you know has mesothelioma, call attorney Gordon McKernan at 926-1234.
Have you been implanted with a Zimmer Persona knee? A Zimmer Persona metal tibial plate is a component used in a Zimmer Persona total knee replacement. On March 12, 2015, the FDA disclosed that Zimmer had issued an urgent recall notice for the Persona trabecular metal tibial plate due to an increase in complaints and possible loosening of the component. If you have experienced complications as a result of your Zimmer Persona knee, please call the Beverly Hills Litigation Group at 310-499-1477 to speak with an attorney about your rights. We are attorneys with experience in medical device and pharmaceutical litigation, and we handle every case as if it's going to trial. Please call the Beverly Hills Litigation Group at 310-499-1477. Let us help fight for you.
Attention parents of boys who took Risperdal. Risperdal, a medication for the treatment of ADHD, autism, and bipolar disorder, has been linked to gynecomastia, a medical condition in which boys develop female breasts. Call 1-800-BAD-DRUG today if your son has taken Risperdal and been diagnosed with gynecomastia or has grown female breasts. Your family may be entitled to significant compensation. Several claims have already been settled. For a free confidential consultation, call 1-800-BAD-DRUG now. Non-attorney spokesperson.
Spokesperson for Lorenz and Lorenz.
As soon as you get hurt in a car accident, it starts getting expensive. What if you miss work and a paycheck, your car, medical bills?
Getting hurt is expensive. That's why you need to call me. One of my clients was hit in a head-on collision. He broke his ankle. I got him $45,946.44. That's in his pocket.
Let me tell you, Ted's great. He fights for every dollar you deserve.
I'm Austin accident attorney Ted Lorenz. You've been hurt in a car wreck? Call me. It's just that easy.
In April 2006, Renew Moisture Lock Contact Solution was removed from the market. Renew Moisture Lock is linked to a severe eye infection called Fusarium keratitis. This highly infectious disease may lead to permanent damage of the cornea and blindness. If you or a loved one has suffered from an eye infection while using Renew Moisture Lock, contact Hissy Kintz toll-free at 1-866-275-4454 for a no-charge evaluation of your rights.
Have you used the eSure contraceptive device? Women have suffered injuries and even death due to device movement. You may be eligible for compensation. Call 1-800-Lawfirm now.
News reports describe toning shoes as dangerous and present major risks. Toning shoes like Skechers Shape-Ups have a specialized design that makes it harder to maintain balance. Wearing toning shoes places more stress on muscles and bones than wearing standard shoes and may lead to falls, stress fractures, and injuries to joints, tendons, and ligaments. If you or a loved one suffered serious injuries as a result of wearing toning shoes, call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. Elk and Elk. Serious lawyers for serious injuries.
I'm Harry Chapman with a Permax update. Have you or someone you love suffered heart problems after taking drugs for Parkinson's disease? Have you ever taken the drug Permax? Permax and its generic form Pergolide are drugs commonly prescribed to treat Parkinson's disease, restless leg syndrome, and other neurological disorders. The FDA, however, has withdrawn the drug from the market because Permax can lead to heart valve damage, heart failure, and even death. Permax has been shown to cause heart valve defects in almost 1 in 4 patients. Remember, never stop taking any medication without first consulting your doctor. But if you have any concerns, you may need to speak with a Permax lawyer. Call immediately for a free and confidential case evaluation. I'm Harry Chapman, and this has been a Permax Update.
After taking Fen-Phen, did you or someone you love have heart valve surgery? It's been more than a decade since the dangerous diet drug Fen-Phen was recalled. Its effects are still being felt today. A trust was established to pay for future medical costs for Fen-Phen injuries such as heart surgeries. If you registered with the trust, you may be entitled to money. Call our lawyers at 800-589-1956 to find out how we can help you.
Have you or someone you know suffered from Stevens-Johnson syndrome? It's a serious, sometimes fatal skin reaction that has been linked to many commonly used medications, including Dilantin, children's Motrin, and Chantix. Stevens-Johnson syndrome can result in severe and permanent complications, such as blindness, extensive scarring, and respiratory problems.
If you or someone you know has been hospitalized with Stevens-Johnson syndrome, call 800-555-1212. That's 800-555-1212.
Attention, women who have been implanted with the intrauterine device Mirena. This commonly prescribed birth control device has been linked to serious injuries. Complications associated with the IUD Mirena include formation of ovarian cysts, perforation and embedment of the device in the uterine wall, and migration of the device from its original location. These complications often require the device to be removed. If you or a loved one experienced any of these complications, call the Rely On Group. You may be entitled to a significant cash award. Call the Rely On Group right now to be connected with an experienced attorney for a free consultation and to see if you may qualify for financial compensation. Do not delay. There are time deadlines to file a claim. If you or a loved one experienced complications while implanted with the IUD Mirena, call the Rely On Group.
Attention diabetics, if you've taken the diabetes drug Avandia, listen carefully. If you or a member of your family has suffered a heart attack, stroke, congestive heart failure, or death while taking Avandia, you may be entitled to financial damages. Call the Rely On Group now to be connected with an experienced attorney for a free legal consultation. Despite the fact that the FDA has issued a safety alert to all Avandia users due to an increased risk of heart attack, stroke, congestive heart failure, and even death, the manufacturer is still selling Avandia. Do not delay. There are time deadlines to file a claim. The Rely On Group has successfully helped thousands of Avandia victims and their families get the financial compensation they deserve. Call now for a free legal consultation. There's absolutely no risk on your part. You don't owe us anything unless we're successful.
This is a legal alert regarding carbon monoxide poisoning. If you or a loved one were hospitalized after exposure to carbon monoxide, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Call 1-800-583-4444 to learn more and find out if you have a case. Or visit www.youhavealawyer.com. Carbon monoxide is an odorless and tasteless gas that can have devastating consequences. Even short-term exposure to carbon monoxide may result in brain damage, permanent disability, or even death. Thousands of people are injured by carbon monoxide poisoning every year. In many cases, exposure could have been prevented. Legal claims are being reviewed for carbon monoxide injuries that may have been caused by the negligence of landlords, hotels or other property owners, construction or repair companies, appliance or vehicle manufacturers, as well as other individuals or entities. If you or a loved one were hospitalized following exposure to carbon monoxide, protect your family and call now. Call 1-800-583-4444. That's 1-800-583-4444. Or visit youhavealawyer.com.
Attention Avandia users. Recently, the FDA announced it will significantly restrict the use of Avandia in the United States in response to data suggesting an elevated risk of cardiovascular events such as heart attacks and strokes. If you or someone you know took Avandia and suffered a heart attack, congestive heart failure, or other cardiovascular event, you may be entitled to compensation. For a free consultation, contact Peterson & Associates toll-free at 877-DRUG-GIANT or go to avandiaheartdamage.com.
Attention parents of children who took the antidepressant Abilify. If your child took Abilify and now has diabetes, listen carefully.
Abilify has been linked to an increased risk of diabetes in young people. If your child took Abilify and then developed diabetes, the manufacturer may be to blame. Call the Goldwater Law Firm right now.
I'm attorney Bob Goldwater. If this has happened to your child, call us right now. Both you and your child may be entitled to financial compensation.
Abilify may be to blame for your child's diabetes. If your child took Abilify and then developed diabetes, call the Goldwater Law Firm right now.
There are time deadlines to file a claim, so call us right now. There's absolutely no risk on your part. You don't owe us anything unless we win your case.
If your child took Abilify and then was diagnosed with diabetes, call the Goldwater Law Firm for a free legal consultation.
Call 1-800-951-8886. That's 1-800-951-8886.
If you have mesothelioma, call the tough, smart asbestos lawyer to fight for your family's future.
Don't be a victim twice. Call me for a free evaluation. I help victims of mesothelioma. Let me help you and your family. If you don't get a settlement, you don't owe me anything.
Call Greg Jones, the go-to lawyer for mesothelioma victims. The call is free. Call now.
Call 1-800-346-5263. That's 1-800-346-5263. Call now.
As soon as you suspect a birth injury from medical malpractice or side effect caused by a drug, you should contact an experienced birth injury attorney. Time limits exist for filing birth injury claims, which vary from state to state. Early contact makes your chances for pursuing a claim much better.
What would you call a drug that doubles your risk of heart attack, doubles your risk of stroke, increases your chance of severe intestinal and kidney damage? The makers of this dangerous drug call it Vioxx. The FDA has suggested that people taking Vioxx face twice the risk of stroke or heart attack. If you or anyone you know has experienced problems while taking Vioxx, call now for a free consultation and find out what your rights are.
Attention, the psoriasis drug Raptiva has been pulled from the market.
Raptiva has been linked to a viral brain disease called PML, as well as lymphoma, viral meningitis, brain infection, and even death.
If you or a loved one has taken this drug and were injured, call us right now.
If you or a loved one had Raptiva injections and were seriously injured or died, call 1-800-319-1000. That's 1-800-319-1000.
Listen, if you were diagnosed with ovarian cancer after using Johnson's baby powder or shower to shower, call 1-800-444-5000 right now. The International Agency for Research on Cancer warns that talc-based powders may cause ovarian cancer. If you or someone you love was diagnosed with ovarian cancer after using Johnson's baby powder or shower to shower, call board-certified lawyer and former judge Terry Bryant, 1-800-444-5000.
Attention, millions of vehicles have just been recalled due to defective airbags.
These faulty airbags can explode and throw off shrapnel-like parts. If you were injured by an exploding airbag, the manufacturer may be to blame. Call the Goldwater Law Firm right now.
Call us right now. You may be entitled to substantial compensation.
If you were seriously injured or if a loved one was killed by an exploding or defective airbag, call 1-800-212-3838. That's 1-800-212-3838.
Attention, victims of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
If you have non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, it may have been caused by exposure to one or more common chemicals. Hundreds of millions of dollars have already been paid out. If you have non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, you may be entitled to a large out-of-court settlement.
Call us right now.
you may be entitled to substantial compensation.
If you have non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, call 1-800-429-2700. That's 1-800-429-2700.
This is a drug alert.
I'm Terry Crouppen. My law firm fights giant drug companies. Here's what we're tracking right now. Hydroxycut is a dietary supplement for weight loss. The FDA has warned that hydroxycut has been linked to severe liver damage, rhabdomyolysis, and other serious medical problems. Remember, hydroxycut for weight loss has been linked to liver damage. We're Brown and Crouppen. Call us for free at 421-HELP.
This is a drug alert.
I'm Terry Crouppen. My law firm fights giant drug companies. Here's what we're tracking right now. Yaz and Yasmin, two heavily advertised birth control drugs, have been linked to blood clots, pulmonary embolism, deep vein thrombosis, heart attacks, strokes, pancreatitis, and other organ failures. If you took Yaz or Yasmin and had any medical problems, call us now. We're Brown and Crouppen. Call us for free at 421-HELP.
Have you or someone you know suffered a heart attack, cardiac arrest, or sudden cardiac death during or after dialysis treatment? If so, you should know that the FDA has issued a Class 1 recall for the dialysis acid concentrates, Granuflow, and Naturalite, after receiving numerous reports of dialysis patients suffering serious heart injuries and even death. For a free, no-charge evaluation, call 855-HELP-YOU. That's 855-HELP-YOU, or online at helpyoulaw.com.
The following is a health alert. If you or a loved one had heart surgery and are now on kidney dialysis or have had kidney damage or failure, a drug called Trasolol may be responsible. To find out if your kidney problems are related to Trasolol, call Angel Reyes and Associates now. We've helped hundreds of people recover money for injuries from dangerous drugs such as Trasolol. Call Angel Reyes and Associates now, toll free at 1-877-308-7900. 1-877-308-7900.
I called right after my accident.
Jim Adler took care of everything.
I'll fight to get you every dollar you deserve.
Jim Adler got me what was fair. It was a lot more than I expected.
Call me right now.
Fosamax is a medication primarily used to promote bone growth in patients suffering from osteoporosis. According to a recent study, Fosamax has been linked to the degenerative bone condition commonly known as dead jaw. Symptoms of dead jaw can include exposed bone, loose teeth, and significant chronic pain. If you or someone you know have taken Fosamax and experienced unexplained jaw deterioration, call Norris Injury Lawyers, 1-800-REAL-LAW.
When Terrell Hogan identifies important health and safety information, we want to share it with you immediately.
I'm Wayne Hogan, and this is one of those times.
COX-2 inhibitors, Vioxx, Celebrex, Bextra. Research implicates these drugs in causing heart attack and stroke. We've prosecuted claims against Vioxx for years. For too long, drug makers disputed the research, but now the truth is coming out, bit by bit. If you or a loved one suffered a heart attack or stroke after taking Celebrex, Vioxx, or Bextra, now is the time for action. Call Terrell Hogan, 722-2228.
Attention! 60 Minutes recently identified Trasolol to cause kidney failure or death. It's a drug used for heart surgery to limit bleeding. It was also identified through a Hoy Bawal Yan episode of August 7, 2008, where two victims of Trasolol demanded compensation from Bayer, the manufacturer of the said drug. If you or your loved one suffered these, call the Domyetsky Lawfirm at 1-800-CONSULT. That is 1-800-266-7858.
This is a drug alert.
I'm Terry Crouppen. My law firm fights giant drug companies. Here's what we're tracking right now. There's a serious problem with the blood-thinning drug heparin. Some batches have been contaminated during manufacture, and these batches of heparin have been linked to serious infections, allergic reactions, and even death. If you know about a problem with heparin, call us now. We can help. We're Brown and Crouppen. Call us for free at 421-HELP. The FDA warned women that they were exposed to a higher level of estrogen with the Ortho Evra patch, and it increased the risk of stroke, blood clots, thrombosis, pulmonary embolism, heart attack, and death.
If you or a loved one has suffered a stroke, blood clots, thrombosis, pulmonary embolism, heart attack, or death after using the Ortho Evra patch, you may have legal rights. Contact Hissy Kintz toll free at 1-800-915-2101 for a no-charge evaluation of your rights.
This is a dangerous drug alert.
Hello, I'm Terry Crouppen from the law firm of Brown and Crouppen. My law firm fights giant drug companies that make drugs that hurt people. Here's a drug we're tracking right now.
Vioxx, a widely used arthritis and pain medication, has suddenly been taken off the market worldwide. Vioxx has been linked to heart attacks, strokes, and blood clots.
Remember, we're Brown and Crouppen. We fight giant drug companies that make drugs that hurt people. So call us for free at 421-HELP.
Have you heard about the $253 million Vioxx verdict?
Estimates of how many people have been injured by Vioxx, Celebrex, and Bextra keep going up. If you used one of these drugs and had a heart attack or stroke, I want to talk to you.
The $253 million Vioxx verdict may lead directly to money settlements all over the country.
If you used Vioxx, Celebrex, or Bextra, don't put this off.
Call 800-620-4422. That's 800-620-4422.
Warning! If you or a loved one has been seriously injured by the antidepressant drug Zyprexa, the osteoporosis drug Fosamax, or the arthritis drug Vioxx, know your legal rights. Call Angel Reyes and Associates now.
I'm attorney Angel Reyes. I've helped thousands of people recover money for injuries from dangerous products and drugs, and I can help you too. But there is a time limit, so you must call now. 1-877-308-7900. 1-877-308-7900.
If you or a loved one has suffered from a femur or thigh fracture, Fosamax, a commonly prescribed osteoporosis medication, could be to blame. Fosamax is used in the treatment of osteoporosis in postmenopausal women. Femur fractures do not usually occur without trauma. If you suffered a femur or thigh fracture and were on Fosamax, call 1-800-BAD-DRUG. You may be entitled to compensation. It is urgent for you to act immediately to protect your legal rights. If you took Fosamax and suffered from a femur or thigh fracture side effects, call 1-800-BAD-DRUG now.
Attention! Have you or a loved one taken the prescription drug Fosamax and then suffered a femur fracture or another serious injury?
Fosamax, a drug which is supposed to strengthen bones, may instead cause bones to become brittle, thus causing femur and other serious fractures even without much physical activity.
If you've taken Fosamax and suffered any fracture or any other serious injury, call Phillips & Associates right now.
Call 1-800-706-3000.
If you used an ice-cold therapy machine, this message is for you.
If you or a loved one used an ice-cold therapy machine and were seriously injured, call the Goldwater Law Firm right now.
If you had ice therapy after your surgery and now have any of these injuries, call us right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation.
If you or a loved one used an ice-cold therapy machine after surgery and were injured,
call 1-800-858-3118. That's 1-800-858-3118.
Attention men diagnosed with melanoma. A brand new study has linked Viagra to this dangerous skin cancer.
if you took Viagra or Cialis and then developed melanoma, call the Goldwater Law Firm. These drugs may be to blame for your skin cancer.
Call us right now. You may be entitled to substantial compensation.
If you took Viagra or Cialis and then developed melanoma, call 1-800-304-5300. That's 1-800-304-5300.
Attention leukemia victims exposed to benzene. Benzene is a common industrial solvent known to cause acute myelogenous leukemia, AML, and other forms of cancer. Hundreds of thousands of workers in the petroleum, rubber-making, and printing industries may be at risk. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with leukemia that may be due to the solvent benzene, call this number in confidence. 1-800-340-6551 or visit us on the web at benzenelegal.com. Don't delay.
Attention! If you have taken acetaminophen and have suffered from liver problems, call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. Elk and Elk, serious lawyers for serious injuries.
Attention! Did you have a hernia repair? If your surgeon used a device known as a hernia mesh and you have pain or complications, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Call or click now to receive your free consultation.
I was cruising around Little Rock just the other day when I see another car speed my
way. If you ever been injured in a wreck, and you really need a check, call Cook, Attorney Hal Cook, at 1-866-540-COOK. I woke up later in the hospital bed with a big old knot on my forehead. Every doctor said that I should have been dead. If you ever been injured in a wreck, and you really need a check, call Cook, Attorney Hal Cook, at 1-866-540-COOK.
Your child suffered from a birth injury or meningitis. This message is for you.
The birth of a baby is a beautiful occasion, but one careless mistake by a doctor or hospital can be devastating.
If your child has cerebral palsy, brain damage, or other disability, call me right now to find out what really went wrong. Your child may be entitled to a lifetime of care.
Your child may need lifetime care. Call 1-800-230-8500. That's 1-800-230-8500.
Did you or someone you know have a Mirena IUD birth control device? If so, you should know that the Mirena IUD has been linked to dangerous side effects, such as perforation of the uterus or intestines and movement of the Mirena IUD within the body. If you have experienced serious side effects or have had surgery to remove the Mirena IUD, you may be entitled to compensation. For a free, no-charge evaluation, call 855-HELP-YOU. That's 855-HELP-YOU or online at helpyoulaw.com.
If you or a loved one suffered serious bleeding or died after taking the blood thinner Pradaxa, you may be entitled to money damages. Call 1-800-236-6005 today. The call center is open 24/7 to help those who have used Pradaxa. Call 1-800-236-6005. That's 1-800-236-6005.
Have you been diagnosed with viral meningitis, malignant tumors, anemia, sepsis, or the brain disease PML and have taken Raptiva? You may have a claim for damages. Call the Singleton Law Firm today at 877-631-5200.
Having an attorney is just like having insurance. Get one before you need one.
Hello, I'm attorney Raymond Johnson Jr. Life can change from moment to moment. A car wreck, a defective product, wrongful death. These are all personal injuries. Big insurance companies are not on your side. Every case is different and needs professional attention. I want to represent you. We don't win unless you win.
Visit RaymondJohnsonLaw.com. We get the job done.
This is an important announcement for anyone that has taken the birth control pill Yasmin or Yaz. Recent studies show that women taking Yasmin have an increased risk of serious side effects compared to other birth control pills. If you have suffered a stroke, blood clot, deep vein thrombosis, or pulmonary embolism, you may have a claim. Call the Johnson Law Group immediately for a free consultation. The Johnson Law Group, helping you and those you care for. Call 800-996-9900.
Injury or wrongful death inside a California healthcare facility? Let our legal team guide you on your journey to justice. My name is Benjamin Carter, and I'm a California nursing home abuse attorney. At Senior Justice Law Firm, we dedicate our lives to representing victims of abuse and neglect in nursing homes and assisted living facilities. We fight to protect the most vulnerable population in claims involving bed sores, falls, infections, and physical and sexual abuse. We advocate for our clients and their families to ensure that healthcare facilities are held accountable when they neglect, injure, or kill one of their residents. California nursing homes are required to protect the dignity and rights of their residents. Do not let a breach in resident care go unpunished. If your loved one was abused or neglected inside a California nursing home, visit Senior Justice Law Firm today for a free California nursing home abuse attorney case consultation at 888-375-9998.
I'm lawyer spokesperson. This is an important message for men who use Just for Men hair coloring and have suffered a chemical burn or had painful skin injuries. If you or a loved one have used Just for Men hair coloring and suffered serious allergic skin reactions or other injuries, call 1-800-BAD-DRUG immediately. Just for Men hair coloring has been linked to serious skin reactions, including chemical burns causing blisters, sores, and scarring. Call 1-800-BAD-DRUG. You may be entitled to compensation. Call now for a free consultation. 1-800-BAD-DRUG.
Attention parents, if your son has taken Risperdal, there's a chance that he may be diagnosed with gynecomastia. It has been found that Risperdal can have adverse side effects such as gynecomastia, a medical condition where boys develop female breasts. Call 1-800-305-6000 if your son has taken Risperdal and been diagnosed with gynecomastia or grown female breasts. Hold these manufacturers responsible. Call 1-800-305-6000 now for a free consultation. That's 1-800-305-6000. Attention Benicar users, a settlement has been reached with the manufacturer of Benicar. If you took Benicar to treat high blood pressure and suffered from any side effects, call the Arntz Law Group today to find out if you qualify under the terms of this settlement. Again, a settlement has been reached with the manufacturer of Benicar. If you suffered any side effects, you may be entitled to compensation. Call the Arntz Law Group right now at 1-800-305-6000 to see if you qualify for a financial payout. Time to file a claim is limited. We have staff standing by. Call now.
Attention users of the blood pressure drug Benicar.
The FDA warns that the drug Benicar has been linked to severe intestinal problems, including chronic diarrhea. If you or a loved one received medical treatment for severe diarrhea, Benicar may be to blame.
Call us right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation.
If you or a loved one took Benicar prior to May of 2015 and had medical treatment for diarrhea, call 1-800-CALL-KEN. That's 1-800-CALL-KEN.
Attention military personnel.
If you suffered hearing loss while serving in the military, the earplugs issued to you may be to blame. Recently, a judge ruled against the maker of these earplugs advancing this lawsuit. Call now. There are time deadlines which may affect your right to recover.
I'm attorney Ken Nugent. Call me right now. Your financial compensation may be substantial.
If you suffered hearing loss while serving in the military, call 1-800-CALL-KEN. That's 1-800-CALL-KEN.